New York Knicks president Phil Jackson on Thursday wrote that his tweet earlier in the week referencing a Bleacher Report column critical of Carmelo Anthony was misunderstood. Here's the actual tweet that Phil sent out. Now, I got some commentary on that in general. So after starting a firestorm, and listen, Phil uses an emoji here. He uses a little emoji fire. Got a little problem with that as well, first of all. So after starting a firestorm with a misunderstood tweet, I offer this. Now he's got the little emoji of the peace sign. Our society is torn with discord. I'm against it. Let it be. Jackson's tweet on Tuesday about the Bleacher Report column was widely interpreted as another criticism of Carmelo Anthony, whom the Knicks have shopped in trade talks in recent weeks. Jackson might have intended to dispel that theory with a tweet on Thursday, but he didn't provide any clarification about the meaning behind his decision to reference the column critical of Anthony. That's right. Jackson also included ambiguously that he was against discord. People are kind of theorizing that was in reference to Charles Oakley's incident at Madison Square Garden on Wednesday night, in which Oakley, a former Knicks forward, was arrested and charged with 3 counts of assault after an altercation in the stands near team owner James Dolan. Let me say this, man, and it just hit me today. It just hit me today that old people shouldn't tweet. Now follow me on this. Follow me on this. I think there's a disconnect the older you are and social media, and in this particular case, Twitter, where you're not able to summarize your thoughts in 140 characters. And I think that's the problem with old people like Phil in trying to take advantage of this new platform. Like, they grew up in a different era. They grew up in an era where words meant everything. They grew up in an era where they wrote letters. They wrote in cursive. You know, it was much more eloquent. And today's kids and today's society and today's media, a big part of it is Twitter, which you have to convey complete thoughts. And we've all done this before. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. We've all done this before where we tweeted something or even we text something to somebody, and because we're trying not to type a million words, we shorten it. But then you come back later and you look at it and the person will say, wait, what did you mean by this? And so the context of it is lost in a tweet or in a text because we're trying to make it short. And Phil is old as Methuselah. He's not used to that. He doesn't understand that you got to be more clear in what you say, that people are just going to read what you have. And you can't say to yourself, well, they should just understand what I mean by what I'm saying is, no, it don't work like that. Your ass is old. Stop tweeting. I don't think that old people understand that what they say is that. And like, we're not supposed to just, understand what you really meant. That's not how Twitter works. And so this is a perfect example. This is a perfect example of why I believe, and there may be some type of law should be enacted, that if you're over a certain age, and really I'm getting to the point now where, I'm kind of like outside of the threshold of these young people. Like my daughters, and I always talk about this, my daughters, they text and they tweet and they put everything on social media. They don't call people on the phone. They don't talk to people. Like, it's just a different period in history. And Phil is from a different era. And every time he tweets something is dumb. And every time Donald Trump tweets something is dumb. What do they have in common? They are old as dirt. Yeah. So I just think that that you gotta stop. You gotta stop with, man. You gotta stop it. What do you mean misunderstood? No, we understood exactly what you were saying, Phil. We understand exactly the reference you made to Graham. For the Georgetown Hoyas back in the day. We understood the point you were trying to make. And yeah, maybe you wanted to be more clear and more precise about what you said, but you didn't do that because you only had 140 characters. Stop tweeting. You gotta stop tweeting, man. It's different now. It's different now, man. It's just different now. It's just different. Just different. Like, these kids totally survive on texting and tweeting. That's their thing, man. That's their thing. That's not your thing, Phil. Your thing is writing letters.